The ground has shifted quite a bit in the Democratic primary since last month's presidential debate.
President Trump now admits he did in fact talk to the Ukrainian president about Joe Biden and his son Hunter.
Bernie Sanders is recovering from a heart attack suffered just days ago.
A new national poll from Quinnipiac University shows Senator Elizabeth Warren is narrowly edging out Biden as the Democratic frontrunner.
This fourth debate is going to have the most presidential candidates on stage in modern history. But for four of those candidates, their performance will have lasting effects on the primary writ large. First up, Senator Bernie Sanders. Nearly 2 weeks ago, his campaign announced Sanders had chest pain and had 2 stents put in due to a blocked artery. But 3 days later, they updated with the full story. The 78-year-old actually had a heart attack.
I just got out of the hospital a few hours ago, and I'm feeling so much better.
The debate will be Sanders' first real event since, so he will need to prove that he can handle the rigors of the primary despite his age and health. Translated, Sanders will need to remind everyone of the 2016 Bernie, who seemed to have nearly superhuman stamina. Former Vice President Joe Biden's lift may be just as heavy.
The Wall Street Journal reported Mr. Trump pressed Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky 8 times in a July 25th phone call to work with his personal lawyer Rudy Giuliani to investigate Hunter Biden for his Ukrainian business dealings.
Though there's been no real evidence of illegal activity by the vice president or his son, it's likely a moderator is at least going to ask him about it. There are a couple of fair questions he can probably expect. Is this kind of setup appropriate, even if it is legal? And what kind of judgment he would have as president? At this point, he should have some pretty solid answers. But he has struggled with looking prepared for tough questions in the previous 3 debates. How he answers that question will really matter, especially if he goes full Newt Gingrich circa 2012 and hits the media.
And I am appalled that you would begin a presidential debate on a topic like that.
Out of every candidate on stage, Senator Elizabeth Warren has truly had a hot girl summer.
Now it's school librarian fall.
And it paid off. At this point, if she's not the frontrunner of the race, she's at least sharing the top with Biden. And just like all frontrunners learned the hard way, Warren is probably going to get hit by one of the candidates that need a moment. And how she reacts and parries those attacks will determine whether or not the blows actually land or have any kind of impact. And last, after her first really strong debate performance,
there was a little girl in California who was part of the second class to integrate her public schools. And she was bused to school every day. And that little girl was me.
Senator Kamala Harris continues to see a slide in poll numbers. If she's going to have a moment, she needs to have one that sustains, something she's yet to have. And Harris just needs to own who she is and what she's running as. On the trail and even in the first debate, she has really leaned into her prosecutorial record. But after being hit on those credentials,
she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana.
She's sort of backed off from that in both the second and third debates. That's something she's going to want to fix if she wants to see a rise in poll numbers. Keep in mind, with this many candidates on stage, almost anything can happen, especially when we're this close to actual primary voting.